All right, everybody, welcome to our Slam podcast for 2023. This is the June 19th through 23rd week, and today is June 22nd. I don't have my co-host Derek here with me today, but that's all right. We'll be able to carry the show because we got two wonderful guests with us. We got Saw Daddy, otherwise known as Sawyer Cole, and we got Jocelyn Munoz.
Yes.
You don't like Jocelyn as much as Josie, though, do you?
No, other way around. I like Jocelyn.
You like Jocelyn more. I think someone told me that. I told you Jocelyn once. Someone was like, she doesn't really like that.
No, I don't know who said that, but they don't know me then.
They don't know you, yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to change your name. Like, if everyone's called you Josie your whole life. Like, how do you just start saying, call me Jocelyn?
You just kind of go with it, right?
I just go with it. I don't care that much, but I do prefer Jocelyn over Josie.
You prefer Jocelyn. Well, that's good to know. I might just start calling you Jocelyn all the time.
That's okay. That's great.
Sawyer, how are you?
I'm doing good.
That's great. So you guys are here at Slam Week, again, June 19th through 23rd. And it's Thursday, so the week is nearing the end. Have you guys had some great experiences so far? Sawyer, why don't you answer first? You had some great experiences?
Yeah. So we've been able to play with the kids at the Overton apartment.
You're just
complex.
Jumping right in, huh?
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like I just asked a yes or no question. He's like, yeah.
I didn't know.
We've been doing these things.
You said 15 minutes.
No, I love that. I think
yes.
I think one of the special things about these guests is I do get to teach both of these students, and so I think you guys, I know the education paradigm that you all are familiar with, and so I know you all are used to us whenever we ask a yes or no question, always having to explain more. So it makes sense that you're like ready for that. It's kind of cool that you've been trained in that way.
Yeah.
You're not just gonna like give me something vague.
Yeah.
So yeah, go ahead. What kind of things you've been doing this week?
Yeah. So we've been playing with a lot of the kids there, just being able to play sports with them and just be able to hang out with them and just be light and just really love on the kids because we don't really know what their background is or where they're coming from. So it's a weird place to be in, to have to go into somewhere and try and meet the needs of so many kids who you don't really know where they're coming from, and just trying to accommodate all of them. So that's been challenging and really exciting and just an enjoyable process.
Yeah, that's cool. And I mean, at the site you guys are at, you must be doing something right, because I think the numbers have grown every single day, right? More kids have come.
Yeah. So the first day we had around like 5 around there. The next day we almost doubled. We had like 9 or 10. And today we probably had like 15. So we've been going up steadily by like 5s basically.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's so cool. And I was there yesterday with you. Now, one observation I made is that probably about half the kids spoke pretty fluent English. The others, their English was very minimal. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so Spanish was one of the language that a lot of the kids there spoke, or at least a majority of them.
Yeah, definitely majority.
And do you feel like your study in Spanish has been helpful to you during your time this week?
100%. I've been able to draw the knowledge that I gained from Mr. Galford's class and just try and remember all of the stuff to be able to just talk to the kids in the best way possible.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. And I think we've kind of alluded to it, but you guys are students at the Academy for G.O.D. for our viewers who don't know that. And that's the group that you're here with this week at Slam. And so when Sawyer's alluding to class experience he's had with Spanish, that's what he's talking about there.
Yeah.
So you feel like that's been of great benefit to you.
Yeah.
So knowing a language and being able to talk to someone in their own language, I know this is like, maybe not, it might be something I might have to think through a little bit, but like, what does that do for you as far as approaching, in this case, a service project? How does that make things easier for you? Like, what does it do?
Yeah, it definitely makes things a lot easier, and you feel far more connected with the kids. Like at first you might feel like you can kind of get by on your English. You might be able to just pick up on like visual kind of cues and things like that. But if you actually can communicate with them, it changes it completely.
Yeah.
So there are times where I don't really understand what they're really saying, and I feel kind of weird not being able to like communicate properly, and it just pushes me and drives me to desire to learn more.
Yeah, because when you can communicate, it definitely demonstrates some kind of a care, right?
Yeah.
Like a care that you have. And you want to be able to communicate because you want to show people you care about them. You want to be able to relate with them, connect with them, and even not have those moments where it's like, I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah.
You don't know what I'm saying. This feels bad. Because I think anybody who's done mission work, if you've done mission work somewhere internationally, or even, even domestically where you're working with people who speak another language, it's like when you just can't communicate, it just feels like,
Yeah.
I just can't say everything I want to say. I can't get to like love you the way that I want to love you, you know? And I know that's in your heart as well to be able to love people really well. All that service that you've been doing is really awesome. And I know it's going to bless a lot of those kids and their families. Even, it even extends and gets to bless the parents who get to come home to a child who's happy and content that they had wonderful experiences throughout the day. So, be encouraged by that. That's a lot of good things that you're being able to do. So have you had any other experiences with this Slam Week that you found enjoyable or meaningful, impactful for you?
Yeah, worship has been phenomenal this whole week. It's been very impactful. And last night's worship was specifically impactful for me because I was able to just get down on my knees and pray with my friends around me and just continue to grow our bond. And it was some friends who I feel like that wouldn't necessarily be something we do. So that even started to grow like the sphere of influence God has in my friendships.
Yeah.
And that was something that really encouraged me to push and try and incorporate God more into our conversations and everyday activity.
That's cool, man. So these worship times have been like strengthening bonds that you have with people who perhaps you wouldn't have been engaging in those times with otherwise.
Yeah, definitely.
That's cool, man. That's cool. And you yourself like to worship, right?
Yes.
You're even a worship leader of sorts, or like you like full on led worship, right?
So I haven't necessarily led worship like me as the one singing, but I do play piano, so that's fun. I get to lead worship at my church for youth on Wednesdays and on Sundays.
Yeah, so let's not downplay it, right? You've led some worship, man. Like you're getting some great experiences there and great opportunities to draw people close to the Lord. What's something you love about getting to be on stage in front of people and leading them in worship?
It really is a check for me that it's like whenever I'm doing it, it's not weekly, but it's fairly often, but it's just a good check for me whenever like I'm about to, like the day before I'm about to go and lead worship, I just kind of have to reset myself and make sure that I'm right with God and right with my brothers so that I don't have to necessarily go to them first before I do that, because I don't want to have anything on my heart that would be hindering me, which then would hinder the people who are watching. So just making sure that I'm like focusing on God wholly.
I love hearing that, because leading worship for me is there's a very similar process that I go through, before getting up on stage and leading people. I definitely want to check myself and make sure that I'm not like like when I'm up there, I want to make sure that I am like clean, I'm pure, like I'm ready to that I myself am doing what I'm requesting of others to do, humbling myself before the Lord, seeking the Lord myself. So I love hearing that, and I think that's shows some maturity there as well. So that's awesome. Thanks, Sawyer. You can stick around. You don't have to leave. But we'll turn over to Jocelyn here. She's also my niece, so that's fun. Yeah. And so tell us something about yourself. What's something you enjoy doing?
I mean, there's a lot of things. I don't know, like a talent, or like
like a talent. Just first thing that comes to mind.
I love to play the ukulele.
You love to play the ukulele.
I mean, my ukulele has been broken, so I haven't in a while. But like, I do love to do it. It's fun. Yeah,
that's cool. Is it like relaxing for you?
Yeah, especially because like it's probably the best instrument I'm at. So it's easier. I can like just vibe with it and not like have to feel like I have to learn more things.
I imagine if you like started playing the ukulele in here right now, like I feel like this room would transport me to an island somewhere, and I would just feel super relaxed. Just everything would be at peace. Is that kind of how you feel, or where do you go when you play the ukulele?
I don't know. I mean, it's just an instrument. I don't know. I just enjoy being able to sing with it. Like it's taken a while to be able to like strum and sing.
Yeah.
But once I got there, like I was really into like certain songs and things like that, but it's been fun.
Yeah, that's
I
cool.
like it.
So you're a singer too.
Yeah.
And do you like singing in front of people, or do you like singing by yourself more?
I sing around people I'm comfortable with. Yeah, I'll sing in front of people, but like you could find me just by myself singing all the time.
Yeah.
But I'm comfortable when I know the people. Sometimes if I don't know
Sure.
them, like maybe not, but yeah.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Well, this is how many Slam weeks is this for you now?
It's my third or fourth. I can't remember. Slam 2020 was, I think, didn't happen, so
Okay.
that cut off my fourth year. So I think it's my third.
Okay, so
Yeah.
third year of Slam, and you love it, right?
Yeah. So
I
good.
mean, I'm assuming. But
yeah, I'm here.
I'm asking, right? So, what is something about Slam? And you don't necessarily have to talk about something this week right now, but we'll get to that. But what's something about Slam that you really love?
I really love how it's like in a good place in the summer where it's like a regrouping where like I can come to the Lord. Like in school, well, our school at least, we meet with the Lord every week on Wednesdays, and it's like a check for us in that week. But like once school stops, we don't really have that to like church. But Slam is definitely like a good place to regroup my relationship with the Lord, and I think everyone feels that. So like it's like a nice refresher from being in a break and then coming into this. It's like something that can rejuvenate that motivation for being with the Lord and like hold it on till the school year starts. So
Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's excellent. And even this week, we've been talking about Greg Garner's been speaking about John 15.
Mm-hmm.
And part of that passage talks about the vine and staying connected to the vine.
Yeah.
And I think, even as you were talking, I'm like, yeah, like a Slam week is like when the gardener comes by and is just watering the vine, it's like this refreshing, or like that nourishment that you're getting, even from the roots all the way through the plant. It's like staying connected to that vine and getting that nourishment. And the Slam week's like an extra boost of that.
Yeah.
So I think that's cool, and I think you explained that very well. So this week specifically, what's something that's been impactful for you?
I mean, just to see the fruit from like the work me and my friends have put in our relationships, like working with the Lord between them, and like just learning how to solve conflict and things like that together, like sharing a room, all the high school girls, like we there's just so much fruit and proof of that that work we've been putting into our relationships has been like really flourished. And like we even like had like a small little argument in our room, and it was like it was tiny, but something that usually would have taken forever to solve and like resolve, it took us like less than 5 minutes. And it was just definite proof of like we've been in the Word together, and we've been working out in our relationships with each other and with the Lord in that. And I think that's been really meaningful for me, like just knowing that the work we've put in together and the hard times we've had, like learning to resolve conflicts with each other and understanding each other in the ways each of us individually need to be loved. It's like definitely something like I've felt this week has been just so great and meaningful to experience.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. I think often people overlook the work that goes into your relationship with the Lord and how it then impacts your friendships with others, like, because what you're explaining is that you and your friends have been spending time drawing closer to God, and it has benefited your relationships with each other to the point where you can, in a mature way, like you can resolve conflicts, to the point where you can now experience this bond with one another, where it's like you get in a room together and you're just like so excited. You're so ready, and you all can get into a small group time together, and you can get immediately into conversations because people are spending that time putting that work in doing those disciplines that are drawing them closer to God.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that's so important. I think, even in our world today, a lot of people want to spend so much time on like how they can fix this thing or fix that thing, whether it's with themselves or with a relationship, some kind of social thing. But the thing that often gets overlooked is spending time with the Lord, taking these things to God. And when you put that work in, God then enables you to now be able to work through your relationships and navigate those relationships in a much healthier way.
Yeah.
And I think that's a powerful thing you're referencing. And then you get to and then on a week like this, you get to serve with your friends.
Yeah.
You get to worship with your friends. You get to learn the word of God with your friends. And it's ultimately creating all of these shared values that now make you people who are like this force of light, of God's light in the world. Because now it's not just one person, it's a crew. It's a group of people, and that light all of a sudden just gets that much bigger. And that's a really powerful thing. And I think that's cool that you can, that you're thinking about and understanding something like that and the fruit that's being demonstrated. I think that's really wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we had a shorter time today because we got a group photo we got to take, because pictures are important. I know that sounded a little funny, but they are. Yeah. Pictures are very important, and they're a lot of fun, especially if you're trying to organize them, the chaos of 130 people squeezing into a photo. But thank you guys for joining me today. It was awesome having you guys on here. You're a couple special kids, and so keep up the good work. I know God's proud of the work that you're doing.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Slam podcast listeners, viewers, all those things that you're doing. Hope you guys have a great day after watching this and that you're blessed. Peace.